Why was it on auto? Everything's going... Okay. Some, desperate to relieve the agonizing pain, scratch at their faces with such ferocity that the skin tears off. Miranda, absorbed in the video, suddenly clings tightly to Jill's arm. Jill trembles, her face contorting in fury. The higher the dosage, the greater the increase in physical and regenerative abilities. However, genetic mutation occurs too rapidly, ultimately causing the body to break down. The virus exhibits signs of indicated of seeking new hosts. Additionally, regardless of dosage, all test subjects exhibit significant cognitive decline. Could this be effectively used in future plans? Future plans? Jill silently taps at the monitor, opening a new window. Project Reborn Evil. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. The new life, Nikke, has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. In order for the judge to guide humanity to its reckoning, we, the Torch of Salvation, have initiated Project Reborn Evil. The neovirus will be widely disseminated throughout the Ark. Amidst the ensuing chaos, the judge shall be led into the Ark. Once humanity is offered to the judge and evil is purified, Project Reborn Evil will be deemed complete. Evil shall be purified through the reckoning. God. Guide these foolish mortals their reckoning, blah blah blah, until evil is purified. 10:01:03, 10:01:02, 10:01:01. It's a countdown! Jill, does it say anything how to shut this project down? These are the only records left, but... Jill points to a corner of the lab. After reviving the Project Reborn Evil file, reviewing, a hidden passage opened up. In the direction Jill's pointing to, a passage leading deeper underground has been revealed. What are we doing in all this time? Can we flash back to us? I kind of want to know.
Engaging with
I
enemy.
kind of want to know
Commander,
what is happening.
stay behind me. Reloading. These guys are quite persistent. Reload. You'll have to take it. I've got this.
Raptured Edge.
Not bad. Looking forward to our next mission together.
Death is not the end, blah 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 blah. I was happy. The lazy days I spent with my husband and my daughter. Yup. This is just her talking about the same thing that... The patient's vital signs are stable. Unfortunately, he remains unconscious for reasons that are still undetermined. At this stage, we can only continue to monitor his condition. May I ask what really happened on the surface? From what I've heard, he had an encounter with a Lord-class Rapture. Thankfully, the Nikkes who were recovered didn't suffer any brain damage. They'll be able to return to the battlefield once they're given new bodies. As for your husband, I can't say for sure. A man named Miles Carter came to the center. He used to be a commander. After all the horrifying things he experienced on the surface, he now suffers from PTSD. He's been drowning himself in alcohol for years now. Did you endure such horrific experiences too? Is that why you're refusing to open your eyes? You know, the Nikkes who went up on the surface with you, they're returning to the battlefield today. So, why aren't you? I have to go. Sweet dreams. Elsyria 9. I've been waiting for you. Me? No, not this guy. If you're planning on visiting the center. Here, take this. Your husband asked me to deliver it. What's this? The eyes of the judge are the torch of salvation. Human life. The world into turmoil. New life. A cruel distortion. Merciless as judges. descend from the skies. The end is, fear not, reveal yourself. I can't make out the rest. Thick black lines obscure parts of the text. Eventually they go to fill in the entire page. I turn to the next page. Countless eyes stare at me from the pages. Between the crimson eyes, faintly inscribed words can be seen. Fear not. Blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of reading this prayer over and over again. Did she just make her... Wait, did she just make her husband flatline? Daipara and I will follow, returning the happy days we once had. Rack 10.1, 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 Rack 10.1. Elisir, Mia, Villoa, Evan, Kyle, Marco, Polo. They ascended to the surface and received salvation. Miles Carter, Lucas, Emily Cole, Iris Monroe. They consumed the holy elixir of the judges and were reborn as greater beings. You mean they just died? Elsiria 9, Daipara. They're the holy elixir, the neovirus. They aim to purify the evil and therefore receive salvation. Polly, a traitor hidden within the order, a new breed of human that defies the natural order, intended as a sacrificial offering before the sacred purification ritual, currently reflecting on her sins in the reformation chamber beneath the altar. Embrace the end. Beneath the flame of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. With that, the cult leader's journal comes to an end. My head is spinning. These are the ramblings of someone deeply involved in a cult. Of course, any normal person would get dizzy reading this. Dee lets out a sigh. Without me noticing, she had quietly come over to read the journal. Have you contacted the higher-ups? Yes. Blaze Out Squad is due to arrive in 2 hours. And until then, we just lay around a bit? No. We need to resolve whatever problems we can, then get out of here. Unless we want to go down in flames along with the mansion. Sounds like fun. I say we resolve as many issues as we can, then get the hell out of here before this place burns down. This is our plan going forward. Now, first things first. Let's find this Reformation chamber where Polly's being held. Let's buy dose. 2 of these nuts. Okay, sure. Trying to get the prompt to enter the thing, but that works, I guess.
Watch over me. This is pretty close to our toxic zone. These guys are quite persistent. Gotta reload real quick.
No. I'm sorry, Jack.
I will never fall.
So I clicked out, that's fine. It was just a combat one, alright. Hold on, the mansion's going up in flames? What are you talking about? I thought we've discussed this. This is the Ark's protocol for dealing with outbreaks. So their idea of an epidemic response plan is to burn everything down. It's not just this place, am I right? You are? They'll torch all of the residences around the mansion as well. If they deem the situation to be critical, they might even reduce the entire Outer Rim to ashes to stop the disease from reaching the Ark. What? Then what about the people living in the Outer Rim? Don't be so naive, Commander. Between the Ark and the Outer Rim, you already know which one the central government will prioritize. Besides, surely you understand how dangerous a contagious disease would be in an enclosed space like the Ark. The central government will go with the best option available to them. As they always do. This isn't the best option. They're just taking the easy way out. Sacrificing the few to save the many. Exactly. That's precisely why the central government sees this as the best option. A tale as old as time. Going with whatever's most convenient. What if we put a stop to whatever they're up to? Will Blaze Out still intervene? Only if we can prove there's no risk of the Neo-virus spreading any further. I doubt they would intentionally stir trouble. You said Blaze Out's scheduled to arrive in 2 hours. That's right. Then we've still got time. Let's reassess our next move. D, Ada, what do you think we should do? I need your input to decide our next course of action. So let's start with that. I'm fine with whatever. As long as we honor our deal, I'm game. D? My stance hasn't changed. I say we resolve as many issues as we can and get out of here before the place burns down. This can be our course of action from here on out. So you're taking the easy way out too? You can't be serious. Since encountering the Outer Rim and on our way to the mansion, we didn't encounter a single mutated creature or infected person. That means the virus hasn't spread beyond the mansion yet, so we still have a chance to prove that the Neo-virus won't spread any further. That's the spirit. I did say we should resolve as many issues as possible. Alright, first we rescue Polly, then find a way to deal with the Neo-virus situation. Now, where do we start looking? According to the altar, Polly is reflecting on her sins in the Reformation chamber beneath the altar. She hasn't been sacrificed yet, that's where she's being held. There's got to be a passage to the Reformation chamber somewhere here. Somewhere here, huh? We just need to find whatever opens the secret passage, right? Yes. Are you just gonna stand there all day, Ada? Of course not. Our deal's still on. But I must say, I'm surprised. I had you pegged as a puppet who mindlessly follows orders. Not a chance. Let's cut the chit-chat and find that passage. Right away, ma'am.
I can't believe I'm already about to graduate. Reloading! This uniform is so comfortable. I'm glad.
Kablowie.
Mission complete.
As we search the second floor of the mansion, Ada calls us to the front of the altar. Among bowls, blades, and ornaments of unknown purposes lies a rapture core glowing red, looking as ominous as ever. Looks pretty suspicious to me, don't you think? Definitely right about that. It's extremely odd for a rapture core to just be sitting here like this. Dee, look over there. Dee stares silently at the altar for a moment before finally speaking. Nice find. Evexcent, forget the core. Focus on what's around it. Around it? Prompted by Dee's words, I glance back at the altar again. The rapture core, bowls, blades, the candles. Shh. Every so often, a cold breeze sweeps through, and the candle flames flicker. Trails of smoke drift towards the platform behind the altar. Upon closer inspection, the smoke is being drawn into a narrow crack in the platform. I knock on the platform. Thunk! A dull echo rings out from behind. I'm guessing there's a hidden space behind this. Bingo. That means our next step is... Ada rummages around the altar and points the rapture core toward the platform. Click. How would they be able to make it so that happens when the rapture core does that? The platform slides open. I'll go first. Maybe there's secret passages in all of their houses, like of the disappearing people. Let's head down, D. Alright. Stay sharp. We don't know what's waiting for us down there. We walk down the long corridor when Ada, who's ahead of us, stops abruptly. What is it? See for yourself. As Ada steps aside, something piled up in layers comes into view, from regular civilian clothing to work, school, police, nurse, and military uniforms. A variety of clothes are piled up together. Polly's probably in there. Yeah. Oh, Miles Carter. Are these the clothes worn by the missing? There's more. Ada gestures silently. Several mass-produced Nikkes lie collapsed beyond the pile of clothes. The condition of their bodies paints a clear picture of what went on here. A traitor hidden within the order. Suddenly, bang, bang! Gunshots ring out. Is it coming from below us? Polly? Polly! Snap out of it! Polly! Deep within the corridor. Query, fire the rocket launcher! Roger. Figures can be seen in combat with a creature howling ferociously. Miranda and Quarry? But who are the other two? Do you know them? Yeah. Well, they look like they're in a tight spot. We should go help the... Wait a fucking minute. Out of nowhere, an axe flies from behind, striking the creature. Oh, did she just dress up using that? Oh, okay. I was like, there's two of them. Why? Dee charges forward to grab the axe, promptly slamming it back into the creature's exposed core in its lower half. Whoosh. By the time Dee pulls the axe free again, the creature ceased its shrieking. Bang. Oh. Polly, are you awake? Miranda? You hurt? And Corey? What are you two doing here? Dipara! Now's not the time to be standing around. Dipara's headed to the surface. Calm down, Polly. You don't look so good. Polly attempts to stand up, but promptly drops back down. It's clear she suffered a great deal while trapped here. Commander, you're here too. See some unfamiliar faces. About that. This is Jill and Claire. They were escaping from Raccoon City when their vision turned blurry. Next thing they knew, they ended up here. What? They got dragged in here from another world through the D-Wave. Everyone, mind if I say something? I explain the D-Wave in detail. Why do you start so late? You know, it's 2:30 a.m. at my place. It's because it's noon where I live. I live in the Pacific time zone, PT. So it's noon where I live right now. So that's why I stream then. Yeah. I mean, I could probably schedule some streams later. I've done them before and there hasn't been a huge demand for them, so I've just done them at my normal time, but I'll try and schedule some later in the future. But how you doing, Kumar? How you doing? So that's why things weren't adding up. Another world? But we can still return to our own, right? Sure, all we've got to do is wake up that gatekeeper. Then let's go and get this gatekeeper thing out of bed. Before we do that, there's something I want to ask. Does Umbrella Corporation also exist in this world? Umbrella Corporation? Yes, it seems like Umbrella Corporation is behind what happened in the mansion. No, I don't believe I've ever heard of Umbrella Corporation in our world. The documents we found in the mansion are the only data we have on quote-unquote Umbrella. But we'll have to dig a little deeper to get the full picture. So they don't exist here? But then why? Claire, let's hold off on waking up Gatekeeper for now. What? You heard him. Although we don't know precisely what's going on, it's clear that Umbrella has some kind of influence on this world. We can't let that stand. We have to make things right before leaving. Make things right? Claire looks at Corey. You said your colleague followed Dipara all the way here, right? And we've got to find them. Both Dipara and your colleague. And everyone else who's gone missing. After that, we need to make sure they'll never be able to do this again. I'm sick of watching viruses rob people of what's precious to them. Do you think we can really handle this on our own? Come on, Corey, I believe in you. Are you saying you don't have faith in me? If we leave things like this, it'll bug me endlessly, and I won't be able to focus on finding my brother. Alright. Might as well give it a shot. So, where do we begin? Hold up. I'm really thankful for everyone offering their help, but there's still something left to verify. Verify? Yeah. I still haven't heard that person's introduction. Polly's eyes drift towards Dee, who's sitting silently in the corner. Yeah, why did she change into a police uniform? I'm so confused. Agent Winters, BST. BST? Biohazard Strike Team. We deal with any incidents inside the Ark involving biohazards. I know what happened. I know what happened. D was like, oh no, there are Nikkes here. I can't let them know who I am. And so she changed into that to have a disguise. Oh my gosh. After merging with the ACPU, we've been tasked to deal with the current incident involving the virus. You were playing Dead Cells a while ago? Nice. One of my friends was addicted to that game for a while, so I'm kind of considering unplaying it. My, very impressive. Effective immediately, I'll be joining your team. I presume I can count on your cooperation? Commander Evexcent and I will personally be leading this operation. Huh? Is there a problem, Commander? It seems Dee doesn't want anyone to know she's with Perilous Siege. I'll play along for now. We could use any help you give us, Polly. Okay, I'll do my best. I'm kind of in a rough shape, though, so I might need some assistance from y'all. I believe that covers introductions. Shall we move on, Commander? Right. Okay, let's go over the situation once more, and share what we found.
Don't get yourself hurt, teacher.
That's the recap. Yeah, hopefully they'll shut off the internet again. That'd be kind of annoying. You know, I'd have some choice words. I'd have something to say about it too.
Not bad. Looking
Okay,
forward to our next mission together.
4 more, I believe.
Better stay sharp.
5. Final. Wait, no. 5 final. 5 more final answer. Question mark.
Target clear. The story will be rewritten into a tale that's happy and beautiful.
Torch of Salvation, a cult that refers to raptures as judges descended from the heavens, who will guide all foolish mortals to their reckoning, and the cult firmly believes that it will lead them to salvation in the process. The founder of this group is Elsyria 9. She was reportedly in despair as her husband, a former commander, remains comatose. It is believed that she received a rapture core from an unknown individual, which served as a catalyst for the cult's founding. Chat, here's my theory. This person was a part of the central government, because we learned earlier that the central government was planting these anti-Nikke and pro-rapture groups to create opposition within the public to, you know, seem like the good guys. After establishing the Torch of Salvation, Elsyria enticed patients and visitors at the counseling center to join the cult. They began holding regular gatherings at a mansion in the Outer Rim. Some cultists were even sent to the surface and offered as sacrifices to the raptures. All individuals who went missing in the past 2 weeks have been linked to Torch of Salvation. Clothes were found at the entrance of the Reformation Chamber. The timeline of the disappearances coincide with the D-Wave incident. The disappearances began after cult members were used as test subjects during the development of the Neovirus. The Neovirus. Building upon the T-Virus, which hails from a different world, it is synthesized by refining a holy elixir extracted from a rapture's body. This particular rapture is located at coordinates RAC 10-1. When injected into organic matter, the virus significantly enhances physical and regenerative abilities. However, side effects include bodily deterioration, significant cognitive decline, and increased violent tendencies. Spreading the Neovirus within the Ark to incite chaos and using the result's confusion to allow the Raptures in was all a part of the Torch of Salvation's plans. So right now we're reading like the mission report after the event. This operation was codenamed Project Reborn Evil. If the situation is not resolved within 2 system hours, Blaze Out will initiate a full-scale purge. Does that about sum it up? Sounds like we've settled on a plan. We're here to put a stop to Project Reborn Evil, is that it? When you put it like that, it sounds simple enough. Sure doesn't feel that way to me. Still, all we can do is try. With these many super cops in our midst, I'm sure things will work out somehow. Yeah, everything will turn out fine, I'm sure. But who exactly is the super cop you're talking about? I think that's about everything for now. Next, we need to figure out how to stop Project Reborn Evil from taking place. First, we stop the neovirus from spreading outside the mansion. Second, we prevent the Raptures from infiltrating the Ark. These two are what really matters. You mentioned earlier that there's a way to the lab? Yeah, we came down from that side. Makes sense. Evexcent, if it's alright with you, I'll handle the virus. Huh? I've got a few ideas in mind. But it's a plan that requires Agent Winters from the BST. What do you say, Winters? Want to try your luck? And Agent Winters, you up? No issues on my end. Alright then, I'll leave the virus to Ada and Agent Winters. As for the Raptures... About the Raptures, there's something I wanted to share. What's that? Well, I was caught by the cultists not long after sneaking into the mansion, so I'm embarrassed to say I didn't discover anything noteworthy. But I did come across something that could serve as a clue. And what's that? Basically, up until a moment ago, Daipara was being held here with me, but the cult leader came and took her away just before all of you arrived. While she was here, I heard her say something. All preparations are complete. It's time to head to the surface to face our reckoning. Winters, do you happen to know if there's an abandoned elevator nearby? One elevator left. It's supposed to be decommissioned. Coordinates? I'll ask my partner to send them to you. Alright, do it as fast as you can. Then, while Ada and Winters are handling the virus, the rest of us will make sure the cult leader doesn't make it to the surface. Grrr, that noise. Knew things wouldn't be this easy. Polly, can you move? I'll be fine. You all go on ahead. I can at least buy you some time. That's a stupid idea. Why are you leaving the injured person behind?
You'll have to take it from here. These guys are quite persistent. Comfortable.
Not bad. Looking forward to our next mission together.
Clack, thud, clack, thud, clack, chink. Told you it was okay to go ahead. Why did you two decide to stay? Because you can't even stand up properly right now. I could say the same about you, Miranda. I'm fine. Thud, 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 thud. The thunderous sound echoing down the passage grows closer. This feels like a nightmare. Wouldn't you agree, Miranda? Yeah, wait. Huh? I said this feels like something out of a nightmare. Which part exactly? Aren't you gonna pinch me to make sure I'm not dreaming? You sure you're okay? You're shaking pretty badly. That sound keeps reminding me of something. The abomination we ran into earlier, and all those things we saw in the lab, they keep popping up in my head. So my body just keeps shaking. It's all very scary, isn't it? Yeah. I figured. It's not too late. You can still leave and catch up to the others if you want. We'll take care of the creature. That's right. You don't have to stay behind because of me. But before, when the Ark was in danger, there was something you said, Polly. That we're police officers, so protecting civilians and keeping the Ark safe. That's what the police officers are meant to do. That's why I'm choosing to stay behind. In order for the others to solve the problems at hand. Someone needs to keep the creature distracted. Only then can we protect the civilians and keep the Ark safe. Thud, 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 thud. Thud, 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 thud. I may not be able to stop the trembling, but... Tap. Polly? Polly places a hand on top of Miranda's head. Thanks, Miranda, for choosing to stay behind for that reason. I'm so glad. Looks like there are solid cops in this world, too. Miranda, you were asking earlier who the super cop was. Yeah, I'm still curious about that. Well, I don't think we need to look any further. Huh? Grrr. Click. From one super cop to another. Let's take this thing down. Badass. Let's go.
Entering combat. I've got this. Target down. Enemy down.
Boom. Stay hydrated, chat. Cheers.
As long as we're together, I will never fall.
1-9 event. That means we got 3 left? That doesn't make... Oh, right, because one of our tickets got wasted, didn't it? Because when the internet crashed? I think. Whoosh. Crack. Beneath Dee's axe, the grotesque creature that attacked the lab lets out its final cry. Aren't you done yet? Patience is a virtue, Dee. Your boyfriend might not like it if you act like that. Or should I say Winters? When it's just us, you can call me Dee. Dee yanks the axe out from the core and glances toward Ada. Clack, clatter. Clack, clack. Despite the pitched battle occurring right beside her, Ada, without so much as a glance, remains hunched over a computer terminal, typing furiously at the keyboard. Judging by the countless black windows and lines of commands being inputted, it seems she's trying to hack in. If this isn't gonna work, just say it now. We need to come up with another plan. Yeah. Ada resumes clacking away at the keyboard. Deeming herself incapable of contributing at the computer, Dee heads towards the incubation chamber. Corpses lie scattered outside the broken chamber across a sea of shattered glass. They're a horrific sight, but Dee gazes at them unflinchingly. She reads the names written on each hospital gown aloud, one by one. Edward Monroe, Lily Monroe, Blake. It's as if she's making a vow to remember them all. Once finished, she then approaches the grotesque creature she's just taken down. Her axe carves an arc through the air, leaving a black streak. The creature's cleaved in two. The upper body of a mass-produced Nikke and the lower limbs of a rapture. The dog tags are... Found them. BH1996322. Ada, who's been typing away at the keyboard, suddenly froze. What is it? Just curious what you're doing. Are you looking for someone? No. What then? I'm memorizing their names so I can verify them when we get back to the Ark. That way I can find out who they were. And? I need to find out why they came to believe in the Torch of Salvation, and all the things they've done along the way, before I can make an objective judgment about their deaths. That's the only way. Only by knowing what led to all this can we prevent a second Torch of Salvation from rising. Can I ask you something? Does working behind a wall of anonymity ever get tiring? If you were to die, no one would know what you've done. Or that you've even had these thoughts. It doesn't matter. If my actions tip the cosmic scales even slightly towards the side of good, I'll do whatever it takes for justice. More importantly, there's someone who will remember me. Someone who will remember you? That's great. Enough talk. Let's finish this. That reminds me. Ada pulls up a new window on the monitor. At the bottom of the document titled Project Reborn Evil. Evil purified in 092300. So it's been about 40 minutes. The countdown that had been ticking down has come to a halt. Neovirus won't spread to the Ark. I've also wiped all the data related to the T-virus, so don't worry too much. You could have told me that earlier, you know. I'll take that as a thank you. Now then, Ada stretches. Then begins rummaging through the pockets the researchers lie motionless beside the computer. Why don't we see what kind of people we're dealing with? Hey Dee, did you know? Usually among researchers like these, there's always bound to be one that still has a tiny shred of conscience left. Enough to stash a vaccine somewhere. Out of nowhere, Ada reveals a vaccine sample in her hand. Now that I've got a hold of this, our deal's complete. Our deal? Without another word, Ada begins to head out of the lab. Ada? You sure you don't need to go? Check in on your boyfriend, I mean. Guess I should. As Dee exits the lab, a cool breeze brushes past her ear. Ada is perched on the windsill of a wide-open window. Take this. Ada tosses something. What's this? It's a USB drive adorned with ornate engravings. A pair of perfectly balanced scales is etched onto the surface. Consider it payment for your honesty. Well then. With that, Ada fires a hookshot and vanishes out the window. Dips. Refuses to elaborate.
Let's stick to our own lanes. Reloading.
So mysterious.
Do my best. Cheer me on. These guys are quite persistent.
Hold on. Something on my fingernail.
That
Okay,
concludes
two more?
today's lesson.
Behind the mansion, along the path leading to the elevator, a veritable mountain of garbage is piled up. Ugh, reeks. I can't believe they put a trash dump right next to the mansion. Why do they stand being so close to the stench? Guess they just got used to it. What? Residents here pick through heaps of trash dumped from the Ark, searching for anything they can salvage. They make a living selling what they can find. You just have to learn to live with the smell if you want to survive here, I guess. Let me get this straight. They make ends meet by selling trash dumped from the Ark and putting up with smells like this? Is the reality people face people face in this world? Oh, because it's a continuation. That was a bad place to cut off a sentence. Yes. Reality is unforgiving no matter where you go. Quarry? Quarry fidgets with her rocket launcher in silence. Hey, Quarry? Yes? Penny for your thoughts? I hate Brenda, and a bad guy kicked me in the shin and I peed all over my pants. Oh! You get that ready? A reference? Penny for your thoughts? Oh, I was just thinking, is it really okay? Is what okay? I can't help but think that someone other than me should have tagged along. Someone with more field experience like Agent Winters from BST. Or someone who's more suited for combat. You were blasting things left and right with that rocket launcher, and now you second guess yourself. Before this, most of what I've done was administrative work. Except under special circumstances, Polly or Miranda typically handle field operations. Saving all of humanity, such a monumental task, is better left to someone else, not me. Come on now, none of that stuff matters. I was just an ordinary college student, but I survived Raccoon City, and now I'm surviving here just fine. It's what's in here that counts, our hearts. Claire lightly taps her chest with her fist. Watching Claire, Corey mutters quietly, "That's what counts." You came all this way to this dangerous place because you wanted to save your friend. And not only did you rescue her, you did it with style. That means you can save Daipara too. Huh, you can even save all of humanity if you wanted. You've got what it takes. You think so? Of course. And there's more good news. What's that? You're not alone, because you've got me. So, that's comforting, right? Faint smile crosses Corey's face at Claire's playful words. Yeah, I feel really reassured. See? So it's what's inside that counts. What's inside. Phew. Corey grips the launcher tightly with what seems like newfound resolve. Shall we keep moving? Yes! I spot the elevator Kay told us about in the distance. Here too, huh? Can't catch a break, can we? In front of the elevator stood more of the same creatures we've been fighting all this time. Clack. Quarry lifts her loaded launcher. I'll take the lead. I don't think exactly that's how a rocket launcher... Never mind. After the battle in front of the elevator.